Packing up our office. Brand nice location. We're making some changes for our real estate team right now. So one of the biggest or most obvious is that we are moving out of our office, and we're actually going to be, for the next tad bit, working out of Jason set up a home office that we're going to be using until we get a new permanent location. So today is moving day, getting everything packed up and moved out of there and over into that office until we find a permanent location. Starting to get cleaned out. Got several of the desks out. So, working our way through it. Okay, so just finished working over at the office, and now I am in Chandler going to see a client to do some paperwork. So we'll take care of that here in a tad bit, and then afterwards probably grab some lunch and maybe all in a few minutes to run into a thrift store. We'll see. Alright, just got done meeting with my client, so now it's time to grab some lunch. Alright, just got done with lunch at US Egg. A little more than I wanted to spend, and it's my fault. They're like, oh, you know, upgrade this or whatever, and I was like, it wasn't really paying attention and came out about half again as much as I thought it was. But it is what it is. That's life. So food was okay. It wasn't bad. So now it's time to, I think I'm just gonna head home. And I gotta do some stuff for the family later, so we'll see from there. So another way to make some extra money that I do every once in a while is I upload my photos and video clips to stock sites. So I love photography, so if I take some photos or video clips, I upload them. I don't make a ton of money, but over the time, I think I made like $100 from the stock sites. So just something else you can do to make a little extra money. I just sold a photo today, only 10 cents, but I'll show it here on the side so you can kind of see. Just threw up a group of photos that I took while we were out somewhere, and one of them sold. So it does a little bit up front. You just got to kind of put the keywords into it and stuff. But the nice thing is they sit out there forever after that. And if somebody needs a photo of that type, it's there for them.
Ready, hon? Here, is this for you?
Thank you.
Enjoy your day.
All right. I am taking Avril to gymnastics. Just got a couple minutes before, so running through Dutch Brothers here. And then going to drop her off for her gymnastics, and maybe we'll see if I got time to run through a Goodwill. Alright, so I am here at a Goodwill parking lot about to go in. Before I do though, I want to take a minute and kind of talk about stock photography, which I briefly mentioned earlier today. So, stock is a way for you to make some extra money off of photos maybe you already have, and videos. So the way you can do it is there's basically two main types. There's commercial and editorial. So think of a commercial one is something that they could use for some kind of basically it's a photo or video that doesn't have anything in it. So like this scene here, I could use as commercial as long as I have a release for myself, which I can easily get, the model release for myself, because there's no brands showing in it. No brands, and the person in it is giving me a model release. So what I would do is take out the audio and just put up a little video clip saying, man talking in car. And then you would put it up a 15 or 30 second little video clip of that, and somebody needs it for something, they could use it. Editorial is basically, I just grab all the other stuff that I have and throw it up to editorial. Editorial is kind of like news related. So when you do create an editorial though, they do need a date, time, and place, and then kind of what's going on. So a little like newsy type of description, but again, you can make it pretty simple. Like I have done pictures of, you know, my family or family playing at the park, right? So it's just our me and the kids out at the park. We're taking pictures, and I threw them up in the editorial because maybe they had a shirt that you know you had, your kids, of course, are going to wear Disney clothes or whatever. So it wouldn't work for commercial. But that same photo could work for somebody, you know, looking for a picture of a family playing at the park. So then you, for a news article. So then you could say, hey, you know, you put the date and you put the description, you say family at the park, and where it's located, and you throw them up there, and you never know, somebody could need it for one of their items, and they click in on it and buy it. I would say Shutterstock is the only one that I've actually sold enough to get paid out on. I do throw it on a few of the other ones, but I just haven't hit the threshold with them. Shutterstock is kind of nice because they have a keyword generator, so you just kind of put in what the picture is, and it tells you the keywords, and then you just go through and create it. It is a little time consuming, and I don't know if the time is worth the effort is worth what you get paid out on it, but it's one of those things, once you create it, it's up. So it's going to be there for the next 5 years, 10 years, until that, like if it was a video, until let's say they moved past 4K, if you posted a 4K video, until 4K is not important anymore. So you put it up and you go from there. So I throwing the videos, they get a little bit higher return. I mean, I've seen, you know, $15, $20 for a video clip. So I've gotten a little bit of decent money off of those. The photos, not that much, and they have hundreds of millions of photos. But again, if you have 10,000 photos, it's all a math game. So if you had the time to put up 50,000 photos, let's say, you might, with what they accept and everything else, which they don't accept them all, you might have a chance though to make some decent money. There's people that make a living doing this. So it's not where it's just understanding what to put up and going through and keywording it. But it is another option to make a little extra money. So something else to think about. So let's go ahead and see what I can find here at this Goodwill, and we'll go from there. Well, that Goodwill was a bust. I think if I hurry, I have time for one more before I gotta pick up my daughter. So let me run over there and see what we can find. All right, so that Goodwill was also a bust. The board game was interesting, but it was only $30 and they wanted $25 for it, so there was no profit there. And it was so big that really trying to ship it would be a pain in the rear end. So, is what it is, but we'll see what else we can find at next time we go to one. But yeah, now I gotta go get my daughter, and we'll see how the rest of the day plays out.